My wife declared, "If you don't buy me that necklace, sleep somewhere else tonight." I said, "As you wish." I moved everything important out. When she came home, the wardrobe doors were wide open, the drawers empty, and on the bed lay one item she thought I'd never find. The moment she saw it, she whispered, "Who told you?" I'm 35, been married for 7 years. We met in college, got hitched right after graduation. For the first few years, things were solid. She worked in retail management, I worked in IT. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. Had a decent apartment, went on vacations once a year, lived within our means. About 2 years ago, things started changing. She got real heavy into social media, started following all these influencer types who posted about luxury lifestyles. Designer bags, expensive jewelry, exotic trips. At first it was just browsing, but then the requests started coming. Can we get a nicer car? Something that looks better in photos? I need a new wardrobe. Everything I have is outdated. Why don't we ever go anywhere expensive? I tried to keep up, worked extra hours, picked up side gigs, but it was never enough. The goalpost kept moving. Every time I'd save up for something she wanted, she'd already moved on to wanting something else. Last month we were at the mall. She dragged me into this jewelry store, pointed at a necklace in the display case. Diamond pendant, white gold chain, price tag said $3,500. "I want this," she said. "That's a lot of money," I replied, trying to keep my voice neutral. "So, you can afford it." "I can't just drop $3,500 on a necklace. We've got bills, the rent's going up next month." "You always have an excuse. You never want me to have nice things." "That's not true. I bought you that bracelet last month. That was on sale. It doesn't count." We left the store. She didn't talk to me the rest of the day. 3 days ago, she brought it up again. We were having dinner, some pasta dish I'd thrown together after work. "I've been thinking about that necklace," she said. "Babe, we talked about this." "No, you talked. I listened. Now I'm talking. I want that necklace. It's not that expensive. It's $3,500. And you make decent money. You're just being cheap." "I'm being responsible. There's a difference." She put down her fork. "You know what? I'm tired of this. I work hard. I deserve nice things. If you can't appreciate that, maybe you don't appreciate me." "That's not what I said. It's what you meant." She stood up, grabbed her phone. "I'm going out." "Where?" "None of your business." She left, came back around 11, didn't say a word to me, just went straight to bed. Yesterday morning, she tried a different approach. Came into the living room where I was having coffee, sat next to me all sweet. "Hey, I'm sorry about last night." "It's cool. I was thinking, maybe we could compromise. What if you got me the necklace and I'll pay you back half when I get my bonus?" "Your bonus isn't for another 6 months." "So? I'm good for it." "It's not about whether you're good for it. It's about whether we need to spend that money right now, and we don't." Her face changed. The sweetness evaporated. "So that's it? You're just going to say no?" "I'm saying we should wait. Save up a bit more. Make sure we're not stretched too thin." "Unbelievable. You know what? Fine. Don't buy it, but don't expect me to be okay with this." "What does that mean?" She stood up. "It means if you don't buy me that necklace, sleep somewhere else tonight." I looked at her, really looked at her, saw the coldness in her eyes, the calculation. This wasn't about a necklace. This was about control, about her testing how far she could push me. "As you wish," I said calmly. She blinked. "What?" "You heard me. As you wish." "You're really going to choose to be stubborn over this?" "I'm choosing not to be manipulated. There's a difference." She grabbed her purse. "Whatever. I'm going to work. We'll talk about this tonight." After she left, I sat there for a long time. Something had been bugging me for weeks, maybe months. Little things that didn't add up. Her phone always face down. New clothes I never saw her buy. Receipts I'd find in the trash for restaurants I'd never been to with her. I'd ignored it. Told myself I was being paranoid, that I was overthinking things. But now, with her ultimatum hanging in the air, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I called in sick to work. Then I started looking. Update 1. I began in the bedroom. Checked the usual spots. Dresser drawers, closet shelves under the bed. Found some shopping bags stuffed in the back of her closet. Designer stuff, things she'd never shown me. Price tags still attached on some of them. One dress was marked at $800. Another bag was almost $2,000. How the hell was she affording this stuff on her salary? I kept looking, opened her nightstand drawer, found her old planner, the one she used before switching to digital. Flipped through it. Most of it was normal. Work schedules, appointments, reminders. But then I got to about 4 months ago. There were initials, just 2 letters, repeated across multiple days, different times, different locations, coffee shops, restaurants, a hotel bar downtown. My stomach dropped. I kept flipping. The initials showed up regularly, about twice a week, for the past 4 months. The last entry was from 3 days ago, the day she'd stormed out after dinner. I put the planner back, tried to think. Could be innocent. Could be a work colleague, a friend, something explainable. But the hotel bar? That wasn't innocent. I grabbed my laptop, logged into our bank account, started going through the statements, found charges I didn't recognize, dinners at expensive places, Ubers to parts of town we never went to, cash withdrawals that were bigger than usual. Then I noticed something else. Our joint savings account, the one we'd been building up for a down payment on a house, had been depleted. We'd had almost 20 grand in there 6 months ago. Now there was barely 8. I clicked through the transaction history. Transfers to her personal checking account. 500 here, 1,000 there. Over the course of 6 months, she'd moved more than $12,000 out of our joint savings into her own account. And I'd never noticed. I'd been so busy working extra hours to keep up with her demands that I hadn't been checking our finances. I sat back trying to process this. She'd been draining our savings, spending money we didn't have, meeting someone regularly, and now she was demanding I buy her a $3,500 necklace. I looked at the clock. 2 p.m. She'd be home around 6. I made a decision. Update 2. I started packing. Not everything, just the important stuff. My laptop, important documents, some clothes, my grandfather's watch that I kept in the dresser. Took about 2 hours to get everything loaded into my car. Left it all in the trunk. Then I went back inside and started on her stuff. Opened the wardrobe, pulled out all her designer purchases, the ones she'd been hiding from me, laid them all out on the bed. The dresses, the shoes, the handbags, thousands of dollars worth of stuff, all bought with money we were supposed to be saving for our future. But I wasn't done. I went back to her nightstand, grabbed the planner, opened it to the page with all the initials, put it right in the center of the bed on top of all the expensive clothes. Then I left the wardrobe doors open, drawers hanging out, everything exposed. Wanted her to see it the moment she walked in. Wanted her to know that I knew. I grabbed a notepad, wrote a simple message. I'll be at a hotel. We can talk when you're ready to be honest. Left it on the kitchen counter. Then I got in my car and drove to a hotel about 15 minutes away. Checked in, went to my room and waited. My phone rang at 6:47 p.m. I didn't answer. She called 3 more times. Then the texts started. Where are you? What the hell did you do to our room? Call me now. I didn't respond, just waited. At 7:23 p.m., she called again. This time I answered. What the hell is this? She said immediately. What's what? You know what? You went through my stuff. Our stuff. We're married, remember? What's yours is mine, what's mine is yours. Isn't that how you put it? You had no right. I had every right, especially since you've been stealing from our savings account. Silence. Yeah, I continued. I saw that too. 12 grand, moved from our joint account to yours. Money we were saving for a house. What did you spend it on? More designer crap you don't need? I can explain. I'm sure you can. While you're at it, maybe you can explain the planner. The one with the initials. The one that shows you've been meeting someone twice a week for the past 4 months. More silence. Who told you? She finally whispered. Nobody told me. I found out myself. Who is he? It's not what you think. Then what is it? Explain it to me. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you've been meeting some guy regularly, draining our savings, buying expensive stuff behind my back, and demanding I buy you a $3,500 necklace on top of all that. So please, explain how I'm misunderstanding the situation. I could hear her crying. Can we please talk about this in person? Why? So you can lie to my face instead of over the phone? I'm not lying. You've been lying for months. Every time I asked where you were going, every time you said you were just window shopping, every time you told me we needed to save money while you were draining our account. All lies. Please, just come home. That's not my home anymore. Not until you tell me the truth. Fine. You want the truth? Yes, I've been seeing someone, but it's not what you think. Then what is it? He's someone I knew from before we got married. We reconnected on social media a few months ago. Started talking, catching up. That's all. That's all. You've been meeting him at hotels. Hotel bars, for drinks. We didn't do anything. Do you think I'm stupid? You expect me to believe you've been sneaking around, lying to me, depleting our savings, all for innocent drinks? I swear nothing physical happened. But something emotional did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have hidden it. She went quiet again. Was he buying you the stuff? I asked. The designer clothes, the bags? Some of it. He likes to spoil me. There it was. So you've been letting another man buy you things while demanding I buy you more things. And you've been using our savings to supplement whatever he wasn't buying. Do I have that right? It's not like that. It's exactly like that. You've been using me as a bank while having an emotional affair with some other dude who's been buying you designer crap. And when I wouldn't buy you a necklace, you threatened to kick me out of my own home. Our home? No, my name's on the lease. I've been paying the majority of the rent while you've been funneling money to yourself and letting some guy spoil you. This is my home. You're just a guest who's overstayed her welcome. You can't kick me out. Watch me. I'll be back tomorrow at noon. I want you out by then. You can't do this. I already did. Pack your stuff. Find somewhere else to stay. Maybe your boyfriend will take you in. I hung up, blocked her number. Update 3. That night was rough. Kept replaying everything in my head. 7 years of marriage down the drain because she wanted to play influencer and have some emotional affair on the side. Around midnight, hotel security called my room. Sir, we have someone in the lobby asking for you. Says she's your wife. Tell her I'm not available. She's pretty insistent. Tell her if she doesn't leave, you'll call the cops for trespassing. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Text from a number I didn't recognize. This is messed up. You can't just throw me out. I'd blocked her main number, so she'd borrowed someone's phone. I blocked that one too. The next morning, I checked out of the hotel and headed to our apartment. Got there around 11. Her car was gone. I let myself in, looked around. She'd taken some stuff. Clothes, toiletries, her laptop. But most of her things were still there. The designer stuff I'd laid out on the bed was gone. So was the planner. I started packing up the rest of her belongings. Took about 3 hours, put everything in boxes, stacked them by the door, changed the locks while I was at it, called a locksmith, had him come out, got new keys made. At 3 p.m., there was a knock on the door. I looked through the peephole, her with her sister. I opened the door but kept the chain on. What? I came to get my stuff, she said. Her eyes were red, puffy. It's right here. I gestured to the boxes. Take them and go. Can we please talk? There's nothing to talk about. You lied, you cheated, you stole. We're done. Her sister spoke up. You're being really harsh. She made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. This was months of lying and betrayal. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. She still has rights, and I still have evidence of the affair, of the financial theft. She wants to make this messy. I've got plenty to show a judge. My wife started crying again. I'm sorry, I know I screwed up, but we can fix this. No, we can't. You killed this marriage. Now take your stuff and leave. I closed the door, took off the chain, opened it fully, started handing them boxes. They loaded everything into her sister's car. The whole time my wife kept trying to talk to me, apologize, explain. I ignored all of it. When the last box was loaded, she turned to me one more time. I never meant to hurt you, but you did, and you kept hurting me over and over because it was convenient for you. That's not love. That's selfishness. So that's it? 7 years, just gone? You threw them away the moment you started lying. I'm just acknowledging reality. They left. I closed the door, locked it with my new keys, and stood there in the empty apartment. It felt lighter somehow, like I'd been carrying weight I didn't even realize was there, and now it was gone. Final update. It's been 2 months. The divorce is in progress. She tried to fight it at first, wanted to claim half of everything, including stuff that was mine before we got married. My lawyer shut that down quick. Showed the judge evidence of her draining our joint account, the affair, all of it. She's living with her sister now. Lost her job about a month ago. Apparently she'd been missing a lot of work for her meetings, and it finally caught up with her. From what I heard through mutual friends, the guy she was seeing dropped her the moment things got messy. Guess he was just in it for the fun, not the commitment. I'm doing all right. Better than all right, actually. Got a promotion at work last month. Been putting money back into savings, rebuilding what she took. Found a smaller apartment, cheaper rent, closer to work. It's not fancy, but it's mine. Ran into her at the grocery store last week. She tried to approach me, I just walked past her. Didn't say a word. There's nothing left to say. My buddy asked me if I missed her. Honestly, I don't. I miss who I thought she was, but that person either never existed or stopped existing a long time ago. The woman I was married to at the end was a stranger who saw me as an ATM and a safety net while she played around. I'm 35, divorced, and starting over. Could be worse. At least now I know what I won't tolerate in my next relationship. Someone who's honest, who values partnership over materialism, who doesn't need to be constantly validated by social media and expensive things. The necklace she wanted? I looked it up online. Found out the guy she was seeing had bought her one just like it 3 weeks before she demanded I get her one too. She wanted me to buy a duplicate of something her affair partner had already given her. The audacity of that still blows my mind. But you know what? I'm glad it happened. Glad she showed me who she really was before we bought a house together, before we had kids, before I was even more entangled in her mess. The $3,500 necklace I didn't buy saved me from years of misery. Life's too short to spend it with someone who sees you as a resource instead of a partner. Took me 7 years to learn that, but at least I learned it.